Hi, and welcome back to Catholic Mom and Daughter. I'm Jennifer and this is Kate. And today we're diving into another big box of Catholic books that have been donated to our Catholic library at church.
Half the fun of going through these boxes is definitely finding unusual and old Catholic books, ones we've never heard of before. And this one is a mix of new and old. We have no idea what's in here, so hopefully we'll find some treasures today.
So here we go.
It's too full. It's too full. I'm not up for this.
This has a lot of books. I noticed when I picked it up, it's super heavy.
You can probably see
Oh my gosh.
the books.
Yeah, here we'll just do this. Like, it is packed.
I
thought when I was carrying it in from the car that it was very, very heavy. So yeah, we might not show you every single book in here, but there are a lot of them.
You'll get the highlights.
Okay, so right on top, I see The Life of Christ by Fulton Sheen in hardcover. I'm wondering if this is a first edition. I do think that this is a first edition of this book. It's an excellent condition. It's an excellent condition, and it has a bookmark in it. It's fun.
Bookmark.
Fun to find really cool things like this. And here is Fulton Sheen, another book, Life is Worth Living. So 2 hardback Fulton Sheens right off the bat. That's a good way to start one of these bins.
See what this is. 366 devotions trusting in God.
So that looks like some type of devotional. Oh, it looks brand new.
Yep. Daily devotionals.
Daily devotional. I'm not sure if it's a Catholic source, but don't you just love these like fake leather books? It just looks so, I don't know, official or serious. You know, like you are going to be motivated to read this devotional because it's so beautiful.
Very fancy, that one.
Very fancy, and it has, you know, that marker that says I am a fancy book. Okay, I see this one, Dr. Ray Garindi, Discipline That Lasts a Lifetime. Raise your hand if you're a Dr. Ray fan. I do enjoy listening to him on EWTN. I feel like he has a lot of practical advice and he has a sense of humor.
And we have Bernadette Recounts Her Apparitions.
Ooh, St. Bernadette from Lourdes.
We got pictures on that.
You know how much we love Our Lady of Lourdes here, so this is a really cool, very beautiful pictures in this one. All right, next up, Nuts and Bolts, a practical how-to guide for explaining and defending the Catholic faith. This is Tim Staples from Catholic Answers. I love his books, so if you're interested in learning apologetics, and this is a good one to start with.
And we have another Tim Staples book right here, Behold Your Mother, a biblical and historical defense of the Marian doctrines.
So I've been wanting to read this one, so it's funny that it should pop up in this bin. All right, this one caught my eye. Michelangelo and the Pope's Ceiling. It's the story of how Michelangelo came to paint the Sistine Chapel. I have read this one. It is so good. It's by Ross King. Before I read this, I didn't realize Michelangelo's family was very, very dysfunctional. He had to always be on his guard. His dad tried to steal from his bank account, and then he had another brother who was always in trouble. So he's trying to work for the Pope and trying to keep a hold of his crazy, mixed up family, and he was grumpy to begin with. So this was just a really interesting read. If you like history books, this is a great one.
And Eucharistic Miracles by Joan Carroll Cruz. You have a copy, don't you?
Yeah, I have a copy because I love her books. They're so fascinating. All the different miracles that have happened involving the Holy Eucharist.
This is a good one. And we have Do Something Beautiful for God, the essential teachings of Mother Teresa, which is always a good one. We talked about this one in our daily devotionals video, so we'll have that linked for you if you want to check it out.
Here's a nice copy of St. Faustina's Diary. If you've never read it, wow, it's good. Then we have the second greatest story ever told with John Paul II on the cover. So if I see him on the cover of anything, that just draws me in. The author, Michael Gately, also wrote 33 Days to Morning Glory, Consecrating Yourself to Mary. So this is probably a really good one.
We have a Treasured Moments, devotional thoughts from Billy Graham's mother. Well, there's a...
Okay. From his mother.
Right.
That, I was not expecting that, but okay.
Well, there you go.
Another like fancy faux leather cover is probably pretty good with a lot of wisdom in it.
Brand new too.
All right, I see one of my favorite books here, No Turning Back, Witness to Mercy, Donald Calloway. If you've not heard his conversion story, it's pretty miraculous. This is a page turner for sure.
We have Joy to the World by Chris Stefanik, a nice new copy. This would be good for Advent if you're looking for something. It's September, but we can plan for Advent right now. It's fine.
But December 1st comes fast, and you've got to have something on board, because otherwise, you know, by the time you get yourself together, it's Christmas Eve. This one looks so interesting. It's called Colby and the Commandant, Two Worlds in Collision, the Auschwitz Holocaust. It's about Maximilian Kolbe, who is now a saint, and it has pictures in it from his canonization. Here's John Paul II on the back. Wow, I bet this is a really good one. I'm definitely going to research this more. I see two big books in here that look like catechisms. Yes, I recognize the tan cover. Two copies of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. And if you're planning to do the Catechism in a year with Father Mike Schmidt starting January 1st, you will definitely need a copy of one of these.
Meet the Witnesses of the Miracle of the Sun, about Fatima.
Oh, those are always good. I love to read about Fatima. Planning your marriage, pre-marriage library, understanding each other, money and marriage, and honeymoon letters. So
okay.
How much fun is that? From 1964, the honeymoon letters, as daydreams fade away.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, it's written to dear friends. And the title of this letter is Our Faults. So that sounds like more of a help section, a self-help section than, you know, honeymoon love letters.
Could be interesting.
I think it have a lot of good solid advice in it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see. The Road That Leads to Life. Gabby's Diary. The first book.
Who is Gabby? That's what I want to know.
I have no idea.
Is Gabby getting married?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Go to Joseph.
Oh, that's neat.
You want to see that?
Vintage prayer card for St. Joseph from the Sisters of St. Joseph. So that's really cool.
Okay, another one.
And Our Lady of Fatima. So with the morning offering on the back. Oh.
And this.
And
All right.
I'm not sure what this is, but it's written in
Rainbow
psychedelic
font.
rainbow font. And thou shalt call his name Jesus, Prince of Peace, Mighty God, Wonderful Counselor, Holy One. It's a quote from the book of Isaiah. All right, I see one that's interesting, More Growing Up Catholic. And there's a note on this that says the church already has a copy. You might remember a book called Growing Up Catholic. When I was really, really little, I remember that was published and it caused a big sensation. Everyone loved it. And I remember there was a chapter in it called Father, What a Waste, about, you know, a really handsome man who became a priest. Sorry, girls. Somehow that always stuck with me. So here's a chapter on nuns we have known. Upon this rock and roll pop stars who grew up Catholic. Sounds like it's just got kind of fun stories in it, so it might be fun to read through.
And we have another old book, which is a copy of the New Testament, apparently.
Oh, it's got something in it.
St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, Phase 2 of fundraising campaign to build a new church at 8 Gillen Drive.
Okay, well, I have good news, everyone. They actually did build the new church already like 20 years ago, so evidently the campaign was a success.
Phase 2 went through.
Okay.
We've got The Life of Christ. And the Life of Christ.
And
the Life of Christ.
And the Life of Christ. Are these volume 1?
2, 3.
Okay.
Full set. Maybe.
So
maybe
this
more.
is, yeah, by Monsignor Le Camus.
Who's he?
I don't know. Oh gosh, this was first edition 1905, so probably we should handle these a little bit carefully. This book is 100 and something years old, this set, and it's in really good shape.
Yep.
So yeah, this will be interesting to research. But, yeah, no mold.
Someone might really want these.
Yeah, someone might really enjoy having these.
And Listen, My Son, St. Benedict for Fathers by Dwight Longenecker.
So Father Longenecker has written several mini books, including one about the Magi, and that one I read a couple of years ago. It was so good. Okay, but this one sadly has quite a bit of water damage. Maybe someone was reading it in the bathtub. We don't know. But I'm not sure what will be the ultimate fate of it now, because
it might not be able to stay.
Yeah,
don't want it getting moldy.
Moldy, no, don't do mold. So,
And we have very beat up book.
Oh my gosh, that one.
At the Cross.
Who was keeping that one in their library, in their house even? It is in terrible shape. Oh my gosh.
That's probably moldy.
Okay, we're gonna put that in a separate area back here.
16 pages of photographs.
Oh boy.
Including Mary's house at Ephesus.
Oh, well, that's one of our favorites, but yeah, don't know if even that can save this book.
Church of the Holy Sepulchre in the upper room.
Maybe we could just save the pictures.
Another nice and crusty book. These are the sacraments.
Okay, do you ever feel like, oh, my book is hurt, I'll get the masking tape and fix it? Oh my gosh, yeah, just no. Okay, next we have The Greening of America. There is a revolution coming. It will not be like revolutions of the past, but a revolution against many of the values which technology has thrust upon us. This was written in 1971. I can only imagine what kind of revolution we would need nowadays to overcome the technology that's been thrust upon us. Oh dear. Well, okay, so
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. for this one. Okay, so
never know.
Just from glancing at the page, the author is not fond of Bob Dylan. So there you go. He has been thrust upon us.
Alrighty then. Then we have Things Fall Apart, which looks like it belongs with the Cannibals book from last time.
Oh my goodness. Here I see one. I like the cover art, Mary, Mother of Jesus. However, obviously, we can do better for Mary, Mother of Jesus. Right. This one is Honest Religion for the Secular Man. Okay, let's talk about awful cover art.
Wait, I guess. Yeah. Is that a mummy?
Okay, yes. As Kate said, is that a mummy, or what is that they put on the cover of this book? No, just don't put pictures like this. People are not going to pick this up in the library. They're not going to buy it in 1966. It's just, oh my gosh.
Like
I think this might be the winner of the ugliest cover I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive, but just, there could have been a better choice.
Yeah, there was a better choice. Rediscovering the Impact of Jesus' Death. Clues from the Gospel Audiences. It's a very interesting drawing of Jesus on the front there. Almost looks like a kid drew it.
Oh, it's second grade Jesus, but it's fine.
No, it's like, it looks like it, but it couldn't have been a kid. So it's just,
I don't know,
artistic style.
An artistic rendition, interpretation. All right, next up, we have this very unusual book called Glimpses. And in it, you get glimpses of pain, despondency, interiority. I didn't even know that was a word.
That's a word. Doesn't that sound like a jolly book?
A jolly book.
Glimpses of pain.
Glimpses of pain, boredom, glimpses of worldliness. It looks like no one has literally ever read this book. It's not even, like, the spine isn't even worn. So, but it could be very good. Okay, there's one getting smashed down here, so let's see what it is. Parents and the first grade. Oh my goodness.
After you read the marriage book.
Oh, that's right. After you read the marriage book, you go on to being parents in the first grade. Oh, down, getting towards the end here. Spirit in the Darkness by Bryce.
Summer Schools of Catholic Action.
Oh, Catholic Action.
1953.
Oh, and here's a calendar from 1953 also, in case, you need to
look up something.
Revisit that time period. This is some type of dense Catholic book. Spirit in Darkness, that doesn't tell you anything. Oh, I like the inscription. St. John is a terrifying friend, but the more you know him, the more you will love him. So there you go, St. John.
Oh, there's your words of wisdom for today. Of Sacraments and Sacrifice. All right.
Okay, so another generic, old, musty Catholic book.
The Story of Salvation.
I'll call it The Story of Salvation.
First book in the Life and Light series.
I'm trying to think of what would be a really great Catholic title that would just, I don't know, just say what the book is about, but not be something that could be anything. I don't think I'm making sense anymore.
Oh, you're not. This one's got a funky cover.
Hey, we're getting some really great ones here.
Okay, well, Graceful Living came out with it.
Now, there's a title that you could go with. It gives you a clear indication of what you're about to read.
A Course in the Appreciation of the Sacraments. And this one is Lend Me Your Hands. Here, take that.
This one has sparkling anecdotes in it, according to the dust cover.
Yes, this says, a How to Do It book for the lay apostolate.
I'm going to read this one and see how sparkling it really is. I like the title, Graceful Living.
Some little ones. 2 copies of This is the Liturgy. A Grail Simplified Council document, whatever that is. And a little novena to St. Joseph.
Oh, that could be really good.
Tiny.
It looks like it's old, and so I don't know. Sometimes those older ones are just so good.
Another copy of This is the Liturgy.
All right, and This is the Liturgy. Again, let's talk about book covers. Why this looks like it could be like a communist manifesto cover with the breaking of the bread with the muscular hands. I don't know. I'm just really picky about my book covers.
You've got 3 of them.
I've got 3. Hooray! Yay!
3 communist manifesto.
We might have to do a video about our favorite book covers. I feel like I need to do that.
One in Christ. Again, could be anything.
It could be the name of a 2nd grade catechism book, or it could be, some profound doctrine. I don't know. This one has all the cardinals on the back. So it's the Extraordinary Synod of 1985. I'm just guessing that there aren't too many people who are just dying to read a copy of this. So I'll have to see if our church has it. We definitely don't need a duplicate copy. I think one will do.
And then this one is Dogmatic Constitution on Divine Revelation of Vatican Council II.
Seems like we have a lot of scholarly books in this box. I don't know. Yeah, how many of these the church is going to want to keep on the shelves, because again, I don't think
some of them are specific and old.
Just a very niche book. I don't think a lot of people are dying to read the 1985 Synod. I'm sure some people are,
but not most.
Not most.
Just not most.
We would love to be able to reunite the person who wants this book with the book, but I don't know how we're going to do that. So we did think about that. That's a hard
challenge.
That's a hard challenge. So yeah.
That was bin number 5.
So we've been a little bit tongue-in-cheek in this video with some of the book covers and some of the topics. We do love these books, and the beauty of the Catholic faith, sometimes it's hard to capture in words or pictures. You guys are fun to poke fun of just because your times have changed. Sorry, not sorry, I don't know. I'm not meaning any disrespect to Jesus, who is, after all, our Lord and Savior, and not to demean anyone's work. Someone put their heart and soul into this, so it's pretty flippant of us to come along, like 60 years later and be poking fun at the picture. Maybe this was the best picture that they had. We don't know.
So now we have a bunch of research and a bunch of sorting and reshelving or selling and a whole bunch of work now that we have to do for these books.
Yeah, I think the 2 Fulton Sheens were probably the best of the bunch, right on top. Those look like really great books. And also the 3-volume Life of Christ set from 1904. That was a big find in this box too. Okay.
Yep, so that was Bin of Books number 5. Let us know in the comments if you know anything about any of these research candidates. Again, we'd appreciate any help we can get.
And if you were the author of any of these books, we're sorry. We're not meaning to make fun of you. It's all in good fun. Sometimes we get a little slap happy having to deal with just mountains and mountains of these older books, even though we do enjoy it.
So we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.